So my name is Elchanan. I am the CMO at Adcore. We're a digital tech advertising company. We have a few products that help you to automate your campaigns on Google Ads, Bing, and Facebook. And just a little bit about me. So I'm the CMO for 1 year now. Up until then, I have worked in Adcore for 9 years, managing our elite clients department for 3 years, over the last 3 years, up until becoming the CMO. And I promise to be short because it's the end of the day, just to get to know you. How many of you use Google Ads? All right, and how many of you think that they can get better results in Google Ads? Okay, that's interesting. It looks like everyone thinks so. So whether you think this way or not, so all I can tell you is that, yes, you can. And this is the topic for my lecture for today. So today I'm going to briefly discuss how the world has changed over the last 3 years, how Google has changed the world of digital advertising, and what are the 3 main indicators or actions that now you can do in order to go with this change and make a lot better. And eventually I'll discuss the new role of digital advertising firms and PPC teams, if you're part of them. So if you're a Google Ads marketer, you can definitely take these insights and implement them right away on your account. And if you're a marketing manager, you can easily draw yourself some of these notes and then talk to your team, ask them whether if they've done these changes or not, because most of the things that I'm about to show are not new on Google Ads. It's just that now we know better about them. Okay, so just a little bit about Google. So every year, Google had a summit in Mountain View in which they talk about how they see the world of digital advertising. What are the trends? How do they analyze how the digital world is going to and where does it go to, and then come up with solutions, like things that Google has implemented or wants to implement in their platform in order to answer these requirements. So if we go back to 2016, back then Google told us that mobile is in focus. The number of impressions increased dramatically, and different devices had bigger screens. That means that the quality of the traffic is much higher. What can we do with it? So Google came up with some solutions, including expanded text ads and responsive display ads that's supposed to bring us, the advertisers, much more value when we create our campaigns in mobile. And if you remember, mobile campaigns were quite not successful in Google back then. So this is how Google managed to help us to better fit for all devices our campaigns. Moving forward to 2017, this is where the bomb was dropped when Google have announced their new platform. And in this new platform, Google implemented very performance-oriented AI and machine learning abilities and told the world that things are about to change. I just remember myself like sitting in my chair in the office at 8 p.m. watching the YouTube live, watching the event in YouTube live, and I feel that I was very amazed of this amazing announcement. Basically what Google said is that, hey, we're about to change the world. You now create the campaigns and optimize your bids and running everything manually, and you have to learn to think about this machine. And I remembered myself saying to myself, oh my God, they're crazy, I'm about to lose my job. I have nothing to do. All I do is manage my PPC campaigns and change my bids and think about audiences and stuff like that. What should I do now? And in this event, they've also announced Google Attribution, which is supposed to take machine learning into action. And thinking about this, it's like taking the middleman out of the game. They basically took everything to their ends and told everyone, now all you have to do is create an account and we will optimize it for you. Now, it might sound crazy to take the middleman out, but if Google done it, and now Nike has done it again with Amazon, then maybe this is something we need to think about a little bit more clearly. So moving forward, Google Marketing Live 2018 was a boost and a direct line of this strategy, taking out additional tools such as responsive search ads and cross-device measurements and smart campaigns, all of them based on machine learning and AI abilities. And going forward to 2019, they have taken what's ever left for specific marketeers and humans to do and improved that a lot. So basically they took our concerns about the product, about seasonality, and added seasonality adjustments, and about different conversions and how we would like to do things, and have changed this with campaign-level conversions and additional features that take all the weak spots in machine learning and makes them better. So it looks like we can no longer avoid machine learning. And now we better jump on the train if we would like to be a part of it. So what's the best way to jump on this train? When I think about how can I get the best results in the short run, but also make my accounts grow in the long run, what should I do? And this is a question that Google would like to answer. This is why they have analyzed the last 3 years of activity and conducted an analysis. They asked themselves, what drives the greatest impact for the advertisers? Which accounts has a better chance to scale and show growth year over year? And this is what they have found out. First, product adoption is correlated to success and year-over-year growth. That means accounts that have shown a higher adoption, a higher utilization of Google products have finally shown a larger growth, larger yearly growth. The second is that specifically there are 3 product groups that have shown the highest growth impact. And these groups are: first one is auto-bidding. Auto-bidding means using in different strategies such as target CPA and target ROAS, basically enabling Google's AI algorithm to make real-time bid adjustments in order to use different signals, like user signals and website signals, to make sure you get better performance. And auto-bidding have tested to come up with a 20% conversion uplift, which is quite a lot, and more than that, it can save you a lot of time. Second group is smart creatives. So smart creatives, these are smart ads and responsive search ads. I don't know if you are familiar. Basically, it's quite easy to understand. You take a lot of titles, different titles, a lot of descriptions, put some images on, and let Google's AI to decide which ads to show to which user and in which time. And smart creatives have tested for a 10 to 50% conversion uplift, and more than that, a 15% increase in CTR. And 15% increase in CTR means that you get more impressions and pay less per click, according to your competitors. And I would take this example and expand it to what I see as a really weird behavior, because you probably say, okay, so it's very easy to use. Why, I guess everyone are using it, so we won't see any conversion uplift for ourselves. So if you look at the numbers, only 31% of all ad groups utilize RSA ads. That means that 31% of you have an advantage over competitors, while others don't. So you better do something with it. And the last point was non-last click attribution. Now, that's a 4-minute change in your Google Ads account. That means that basically you let Google to tell you to take the conversion value and split it into different times and interactions with your user. So just think that you're going to a bar and drinking 6 shots of vodka and adding a glass of water and then feel dizzy and say, oh my God, I feel dizzy, it's probably the water. So it's not the water. And the same way, you don't take last click and say, oh, everything is coming from last click. It just doesn't make sense. And that's a 4-minute change that can bring you to a 5% revenue uplift and a 5% conversion uplift. So if you're running an account of $1 million revenue a year, that's a $50,000 extra revenue in 4 minutes. Now, once you want to utilize these changes, you have to remember 3 important rules. The first and most important one is to be patient. It takes time. You probably see not that good of results at the beginning. Google says 14 days, take 30 days and look at last 14 days to make sure if it's working right for you. AI needs a lot of time and a lot of big numbers. It needs statistics in order to work properly, and you have to provide it. So make this effort, be patient, give the machine the big numbers it needs, and then you'll have enough time when it reaches the sweet spot. And when it reaches there, you can go to the beach. No, I'm kidding. Use your extra time wisely. You can take this time and make things that humans can while machines can't. And by using that, I mean think about value that us, the humans, are able to provide. Talk about synergy between your marketing and sales. Try to think how to bring extra value for your clients. Use email marketing or additional tools in order to get to utilize more and more marketing efforts and not just change bids all day. So basically, if you remember, in 2017, I was quite frightened that my job is about to end. So now I definitely can say that I feel empowered. I feel that someone took the daily, boring, repetitive work out of me and enabled me to think about strategy, to think and talk about with my clients and with my team a lot more. And we can see it in results. It's quite fascinating. So if I think about takeaways, these 3 things I would like you to do in order to make a drastic change. And you can do that even before Black Friday. So auto bidding, smart, creatives, and non-last click attribution. Thank you.